The island nation of Kiribati is in a lot of trouble because of rising sea levels. In fact, they have just purchased an island in Fiji for $8.8 million. The reason why they're doing that is because they know they will need to relocate 110,000 people because of these rising sea levels. They're expecting their islands to be completely underwater as soon as 2100. Now, experts are saying that this is happening because of the rising sea levels and the entire country, which consists of 33 small islands, will be entirely underwater by 2100. The islands are currently experiencing severe flooding and food shortages. And by the way, if you think this is limited to the island nation of Kiribati, you have another thing coming. We have extreme weather that have resulted from climate change. We're dealing with issues with our crops and our agriculture. And so many of the symptoms include losing access to food, having limited resources. We're all in a lot of trouble. Now, according to The Guardian, an estimated 700 million people will be forced to leave their homes due to some part to climate change by 2050. And of course, that's a really devastating number. So climate change is a serious issue. We talk about it here on the Young Turks all the time. I want to know what you guys think about it, though. Kim, make your point.
So my parents live in an area that's very prone to wildfires and brush fires, and my house actually burned down when I was 13.
Jeez.
And then in recent years, maybe like a couple years ago, fire was encroaching again in the area, and my mom didn't want to leave her house, but I made her leave, and I made her take her cat, and she told me later, like, I'm really glad you made me do that. I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for you. So yeah, I've almost done a very similar thing to this.
Yeah.
With fire instead of water.
Yeah, and by the way, I love that you mentioned wildfires, because if you're living in a dry area that's been affected by the drought, I mean, you are definitely going to be a victim of wildfires. We've had issues with that in California. They've had issues in Texas. So that's something to think about when it comes to climate change.
Yeah, it is.
Hank?
The story is kind of incredible. I mean, this really just shows you the effects of global warming. But also, I was reading this and I was like, this is amazing for their tourism department. It's sort of like Cher's farewell tour. It's like, y'all, only a few more years, come on over. By the way, our cruise rates have doubled. But come on down.
That's a good point. It's like a limited time offer. It's like, come visit our beautiful island nation.
Right.
Before it
the
doesn't
future
exist.
of Atlantis. Right.
By the way, another thing, go visit Miami, because Miami will be underwater pretty soon as well. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you guys. Climate change is such a serious problem, and it's really disheartening to know that we still have a political party in this country that refuses to accept the fact that not only does it exist, but it's man-made. 95% of scientists have already agreed there is a consensus, yet we continue to have these ridiculous debates because we have coal and oil companies funding these politicians, which of course goes to the larger issue of money in politics. Now, here's the question I want to ask you guys. The island nation of Kiribati has done something preemptively because they know something terrible is going to happen to them by 2100. Have you ever done something preemptively? Have you taken some sort of action because you knew something bad was happening in the future or was going to happen in the future? Hank?
Yeah, you know, I'm based out of New York, and girl, every time I think New York is going to destroy me, or I think I'm going to destroy New York, I leave. I take a vacation, you know, and I'm here right now in California spending some time, and it's always nice to, when you know yourself well enough to be like, ooh, this situation could be a pressure cooker for myself, so let's separate myself from that situation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
New York is intense. Come on, you've spent some time there.
I can't live in New York.
Yeah,
I would probably.
You work in media too. It's very aggressive.
Yeah, it's very aggressive. Every time I go to New York, I can't wait to get back to Los Angeles. Sorry for you New Yorkers out there. Kim?
I accidentally already answered it with the house story because, well, that really, it was a big deal though. I mean, my house already burned down once, and my mom did not want to leave, and she was in serious danger. And you know, you kind of don't want to come to the realization that this could happen not just once, but twice. This could really, you need to be out of denial. And I think that's what my mom was doing.
Yeah. I think that I've done preemptive things like in my personal life when it comes to relationships more than anything else. Like if I feel like something is getting too serious too quickly, I preemptively end it, I think. And it's because I'm afraid and I'm like not ready for marriage and all that other stuff. I think that's something that a lot of people can probably identify with. I don't know if that's healthy, but it happens. It's like preemptive relationship sabotage. So anyway.
Hey, do you?
How you
Do
doing?
you?
How you doing now?
I'm doing good. I'm
Yeah,
having
girl.
fun.
Keep it coy, girl.
I'm keeping it coy. All right. So tell us what you guys think. Have you done something preemptively because you were predicting something terrible in the future? Share your stories in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys soon.